பாங்க మీ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ కస్తురుకా ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ దోస్తుతాం ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್
ಕರ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ಸಲ್ಲ co-host ಕಲ we are good to go Ram.
Okay. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು 279ನೇ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಸುಭಾಷಿತಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಡಿತರ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದ ಬಂದು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಸಂಧ್ಯಾವಂದನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸೆಷನ್ 2 ಹೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮಾಮೂಲು ಮಧ್ಯ ಸಮಾಜ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ವಂದನ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಶ್ರೀಪಾದಾಚಾರ್ಯರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಕರಿಯ.
ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ದಿಸ್ತಕ
ದಿಸ್ತ
ನಾರಾಯಣಾಯ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಗುಣಾರ್ಣವಾಯ ವಿಶ್ವೋದಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಯೋ ನಿಯತಿ ಪ್ರದಾಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರದಾಯ ವಿಬುಧಾಸುರ ಸೌಖ್ಯ ದುಃಖ ಸತ್ಕಾರಣಾಯ ವಿತತಾಯ ನಮೋ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ ನರಂ ಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವೀಂ ಸರಸ್ವತೀಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತತೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯೇತ್. ಧರ್ಮ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಪರಮೈಶ್ವರ್ಯಶಾಲಿನಃ ಆನಂದ ತೀರ್ಥ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದಾನ್ ವಂದೇ ನಿರಂತರಂ. ಬುದ್ಧಿರ್ಬಲಂ ಯಶೋಧೈರ್ಯಂ ನಿರ್ಭಯತ್ವಂ ಮರೋಗತ ಅಜಾಡ್ಯಂ ವಾಕ್ಪಟುತ್ವಂ ಚ ಹನುಮತ್ ಸ್ಮರಣಾತ್ ಭವೇದ್. ಶುದ್ಧ ಸ್ಫಟಿಕ ಸಂಕಾಶಂ ತ್ರಿನೇತ್ರಂ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರಂ ಇಂದುಮಂಡಲ ಮಧ್ಯಸ್ಥಂ ವಂದೇ ದೇವಂ ಸದಾಶಿವಂ. ಪಾರ್ವತೀಪತಿ ಹರ ಹರ ಮಹಾದೇವ. ವಕ್ರತುಂಡ ಮಹಾಕಾಯ ಸೂರ್ಯಕೋಟಿ ಸಮಪ್ರಭ ನಿರ್ವಿಘ್ನಂ ಕುರು ಮೇ ದೇವ ಸರ್ವಕಾರ್ಯೇಷು ಸರ್ವದಾ. ಅಭ್ರಮಂ ಭಂಗರಹಿತಂ ಅಜಡಂ ವಿಮಲಂ ಸದಾ ಆನಂದತೀರ್ಥಮತುಲಂ ಭಜೆ ತಾಪತ್ರಯಾಪಹಂ. ಚಿತ್ರೈ ಪದೈಶ್ಚ ಗಂಭೀರೈಃ ವಾಕ್ಯೈ ಮಾನೈರಖಂಡಿತೈಃ ಗುರುಭಾವಂ ವ್ಯಂಜಯಂತಿ ಭಾತಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಯತೀರ್ಥವಾಕ್. ಅರ್ಥಿಕಲ್ಪಿತಕಲ್ಪೋಯಂ ಪ್ರತ್ಯರ್ಥಿ ಗಜಕೇಸರಿ ವ್ಯಾಸತೀರ್ಥ ಗುರುರ್ಭೂಯಾತ್ ಅಸ್ಮದಿಷ್ಟಾರ್ಥ ಸಿದ್ಧಯೇ. ತಪೋ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ವಿರಕ್ತ್ಯಾದಿ ಸದ್ಗುಣೋಘಾಗರಾನಹಂ ವಾದಿರಾಜ ಗುರುಂ ವಂದೇ ಹಯಗ್ರೀವ ದಯಾಶ್ರಯಾನ್. ಸತ್ಯಪೂರ್ಣಾಂಬುಧೇರ್ಜಾತೋ ವಿದ್ವಜ್ಜನ ವಿಜೃಂಭಿತಃ ಧನೀಧ್ವಂಸೀತು ನಸ್ತಾಪಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಸತ್ಯ ವಿಜಯೋಡುಪಃ. ಸತ್ಯಾಭಿಜ್ಞಕರಾಬ್ಜೋತ್ಥಾನ್ 50 ವರ್ಷ ಪೂಜಕಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯ ಪ್ರಮೋದ ತೀರ್ಥಾರ್ಯಾನ್ ನೌಮಿನ್ಯಾಯ ಸುಧಾರತಾನ್. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೇಷು ಪಾರದೃಶ್ವಾನಂ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಜ್ಞೇ ಜುಜವತ್ಸಲಂ ದೀನಭಕ್ತೋದ್ಧಾರಕರಂ ಸತ್ಯಾತ್ಮಾನಂ ಗುರುಂ ಭಜೆ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಆಪಾದಮೂಳಿ ಪರ್ಯಂತಂ ಗುರುಣಾಂ ಆಕೃತಿಂ ಸ್ಮರೇತ್ ತೇನ ವಿಘ್ನಾಃ ಪ್ರಣಶ್ಯಂತಿ ಸಿದ್ಧ್ಯಂತಿ ಚ ಮನೋರಥಾಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಧ್ಯಾನಂ ಧ್ಯೇಯಃ ಸದಾ ಸವಿತ್ರಮಂಡಲ ಮಧ್ಯವರ್ತಿ ನಾರಾಯಣಃ ಸರಸಿಜಾಸನಃ ಸನ್ನಿವಿಷ್ಟಃ ಕೇಯೂರವಾನ್ ಮಕರಕುಂಡಲವಾನ್ ಕಿರೀಟಿ ಹಾರಿ ಹಿರಣ್ಮಯ ವಪುಃ ಧೃತಶಂಖ ಚಕ್ರಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. In the last class, I think we covered up to this point. Can anybody tell me? we completed all the Dwadasha Namas and we went to Achamana, or we were...
We stopped at the Mudra.
Huh?
We stopped at Gopichandra Mudra.
Dharana. Okay. This was completed, right?
Yes.
Did we also know the places where we have to have Mudra?
Yes, you told us.
Okay, very good. Okay, then let me go to... Yes. Now let us get into Achamana. Right? Achamana, there are three types of Achamana actually. One is Smarta Chamana, one is Shrauta Chamana, one is Vaishnava Chamana. So what we all follow is Vaishnava Chamana, which means Keshvaya Swaha, Narayana Swaha, Madhavaya Swaha. Of course, the other two methods are also acceptable. And Udupi has one method where they actually Rigvedaya Swaha, Yajurveda, so they have an Achamana different. But there are two parts to this Achamana, as I told you. One is Jalapana and other one is Angasparsha. So Jalapana means Keshvaya Swaha, Narayana Swaha, Madhavaya Swaha, what we take water thrice, right? And after that, Govindaya Namaha, Vishnavaya Namaha, Madhusudanaya Namaha, what we do is actually the Angasparsha. So the significance of Achamana is that the respective parts of the body, we are actually doing the Nyasa of the Bhagavat Rupa, right? So which means by doing Keshvaya Swaha, Narayana Swaha, Chatur Vimshati, 24 names of Sri Hari, we are taking and placing it in the appropriate parts of the body. And for Achamana, I told you that it should be Gokarna Kriti, which means the tip of the thumb should touch the middle line of the middle finger. So the palm becomes like this. So the water should flow from this called the Devatirtha. Okay. And the water should be such that only 1 black gram dal, right? For that to actually get immersed, how much ever you need water, only so much water we should put. Okay. So these are some of the, ways of doing Achamana. Now let me, you know that we do 3 times from the Brahma Tirtha, we actually take water. Now the actual thing is, let us carefully observe that I am going to also demonstrate along with it. Sri Govindaya Namaha, you put a little water and you are actually washing it. Then Vishnave Namaha, right hand side. Madhusudanaya Namaha, upper lip. Trivikramaya Namaha, lower lip. Vamanaya Namaha, right cheek. Sridharaya Namaha, left cheek. Rishikeshaya Namaha, folding both the hands. Padmanabhaya Namaha, touching both the legs. Damodaraya Namaha, touching the head. Sankarshanaya Namaha, touching the lower part of the nostril. Okay, just you have to touch here. Then Vasudevaya Namaha, touch the right nose. Okay, then the next slide. Pradyumnaya Namaha, left nose touch. Aniruddhaya Namaha, right eye touch. Om Purushottamaya Namaha, left eye touch. Adhokshajaya Namaha, right ear touch. Narasimhaya Namaha, left ear touch. Achyutaya Namaha, Nabhi. Janardhanaya Namaha, heart. Upendraya Namaha, again Shiras. Haraye Namaha, right shoulder. Sri Krishnaya Namaha, left shoulder. Okay. So most of the time we have not mastered the simple Achamana. So my request is please give attention to this, and Achamana is the basic part of our actually Achamana. Okay. Then what we have to do? Is that when we do Achamana, always Sandhyavandana starts with Dvirachamya. Okay. Okay. Right. So after doing Dvirachamana, the next step we get into is actually Pranayama. Right. So Pranayama is a simple exercise of exhaling, inhaling, and holding the breath. Okay. So these 3 steps are very important in Pranayama. Pranayama, there are 2 types. One is Agarbha Pranayama. The other one is Sagarbha Pranayama. What is Agarbha Pranayama means? That without any dhyana, without Bhagavanta Smarana, if we are mechanically doing the pranayama, then it is called Agarbha Pranayama. Sagarbha Pranayama means while doing the exhaling, inhaling, and holding, if we actually do Bhagavat Anusandhana, as well as do the mantra, Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Tatsa, Vituvarenyam Barko, Devasya Dhimahi, Dhyo Yona Prachodayat, Oma Po Jyotirso Amrutam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom. By using that mantra, if we actually do and have the Anusandhana of Bhagavanta, then it is called Sagarbha Pranayama. Now, the Pranayama mantra has 4 components. So let us understand. When I say that pranayama mantra, what is the mantra actually? Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Tatsa Vituvare Enyam Bhargo O Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om Apo Jyotirato Amrutam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom. So this complete mantra is having 10 omkaras. Okay. And this 10 Omkara Sahita mantra has 4 components. One is Omkara, second one is Sapta Vyahrati, third one is Gayatri, fourth one is Gayatri Shiras. So Omkara, all we know, it is Pranava. Sapta Vyahrati is Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Tatsa Vituvare Enyam. No, that is Gayatri. So till we do Satyam, it is actually Sapta Vyahrati. Is that clear? Then we get into the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuva, Om Tatsa Vituvare Enyam Bhargo O Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So that is Gayatri. Then Gayatri Shiras. After Gayatri, what we do? Om Apo Jyotiraso Amrutam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom. That is Gayatri Shiras. So all these 4 have the respective Devata, Rishi, and Chandas. That has to be told. Most of us actually do a short form of that. What it means is Pranavasya Parabrahma Rishi Paramatma Devata Devi Gayatri Chandaha Pranayame Viniyogaha. We do only that much. That is not right. So let me tell you once. Later I will send you the soft copy of that particular mantra. Right? So Om Bhuhu. So what is the 3 parts for each of this is what mantra goes like this. Pranavasya Parabrahma Rishihi Paramatma Devata. Pranavasya Parabrahma Rishihi. Parabrahma is the Rishi. Paramatma is the Devata. Devi Gayatri Chandaha is the Chandas. These are the 3 respective things for Omkara. Now, for Sapta Vyahrati, you will have to define the Rishi, Devata, Chandas, which means 7 Rishis, 7 Devatas, and 7 Chandas we have to tell for this Sapta Vyahrati. So it goes like this. Saptanam, Vyahratinam. What are that? Vishwamitra, Jamadagni, Bharadwaja, Gautama, Atri, Vasishta, Kashyapa, Rishayaha. 7 Rishis I pronounced. Now then I have to now tell what are the respective Devatas. Agni, Vayu, Aditya, Brihaspati, Varuna, Indra, Vishve Deva Devataha. Which means for the respective 7 Vyahratis, in this order, the Devatas are to be thought about. Then Gayatri, Ushnika, Gayatri, Ushnika, Anushtupa, Brihati, Pankti, Trishtupa, Jagati, Chandaha. These are the 7 meters in Sanskrit grammar. Meter Chandas means that so many letters together form one Chandas. Let me not get into the technicalities of Chandas, but this Chandas is very important for every mantra. So what did I do now? 7 Rishis, 7 Devatas, 7 Chandas I pronounced for that Sapta Vyahrati respectively. Now Gayatri. Gayatri we know Gayatryaha, Vishwamitra Rishihi, Savita Devata, Gayatri Chandaha. Very nice. We know it is Vishwamitra Rishi, Savita Devata, Gayatri Chandaha. Then from Gayatri Shiras, what is that? Oma Pojotiraso Amrutam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom. For that, what is it? Gayatri Shirasaha, Prajapati Rishihi, Brahma Agni Vayu Aditya Devataha, Yajuchandaha. These are the definitions for Gayatri Shiras. Is that clear? At least in the beginning of the Sandhyavandana, at least once we must pronounce the chandas for all these 4 components. After that, if we just take the shortcut, it is excusable. But at least for once, we have to acknowledge what Rishi actually is the Drashtara for this particular mantra. Now I am getting into how do we do this pranayama. Most of us actually do it a little wrongly sometimes. Okay, first, all of you hold the left nostril plus press it, then leave the vayu from the right nostril. That is called rechaka. That is exhaling of the vayu from the right nostril is called rechaka. Then inhaling vayu from the, so what you should do? First exhale, then close the right nostril, inhale from the left nostril. So that is called actually puraka, which means you are actually filling air by actually consuming air. Vayu. So after that, what you are supposed to do? You have to hold the breath. Whatever you had taken inside, you have to hold it. That is called kumbhaka. So rechaka, puraka, kumbhaka. Kumbhaka means you will have to hold the breath till you actually recite this mantra, what I told you now, in manas. You can't tell it loudly, because if you tell it loudly, you are actually leaving your breath. So what is that mantra? Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Tatsa Viture Enyam Bargo O Devasya Dhimihi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Apo Jyotirso Amritam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom. So this is the Vedokta mantra that has to be chanted in Kumbhaka, and then the Vayu has to come out from the right nostril. This is the principles. 3 steps. Exhale from the right nostril, inhale from the left nostril, hold it, chant this mantra in the manas, and then again exhale it from the right nostril. Interestingly, all these 3 steps are controlled by the respective devatas. Who are they? For Rechaka, Rudradeva, Shiva is the Niyamaka for that activity, for that step. Puraka, Chaturmukha Brahmadeva is the actual Niyamaka for that particular step. And for Kumbhaka, Sakshat Vishnu is responsible for it. This Chintana we should do while doing this pranayama, so that it becomes Mantra Purassara Dhyana Sahita Anusandhana Bharita Sagarbha Pranayama. What we do, just exhaling, inhaling, we do, that is only mechanical. So the number of times the pranayama comes in Sandhyavandana is so many times that you don't have to do separately an activity and keep some time aside for actually practicing this particular pranayama. Okay, then I will go after pranayama. Of course, we have to next go to the next step of one little meaning. Why I'm saying is Dhyana Artha Sahita. Om means he is Purna, complete. Bhuhu means he is all pervading and eternal. Bhuvaha, he is Srishtikarta. Swaha, he is actually bliss, means he is Puja, he is Mahaniya, which means he is the most revered and most honored. And Janaha means Janma Rahita, he is free from birth. Tapaha, Jnana Prakasha Rupa, and Satyam, Niyamaka to Uttamas. Okay. Apaha, Apajyo, we say, right? So Apaha, A means over and over again. Pa means one who protects. So one who protects continuously without stop. Jyoti, he is Prakashamaya. Rasaha, Sukhamaya and Sukhaprada. Amrutam, Dehanacha Rahita. Brahma, he Vyapta. Bhurbhuvaswaha, he is the Bija Mantra Pratipadya Frugyajur Samaveda. Om Vyahriti Bija, Omkara Pratipadya. Yaha, that Paramatman. I am giving the meaning of the Pranayama mantra. Naha, us, Diyaha, Buddhi and intellect and the karma. Prachodayat, let one who motivates us. Such creator, Devottama Paramatma. Devasya means what? He is Devottama Paramatma. Tat, always present everywhere. See, that small word tat means that he is present everywhere all the time. Okay. Varenyam, adored by great people. Bhargaha, the person who kills all our papa bharjana. Tejaha, he Tejas, which gives us jnana and ananda to jiva. Dhimahi, such Paramatma we are meditating is what we do in our pranayama mantra. So, Achamana is over. Dvirachamya, twice Achamana is over. Sagarbha Pranayama is done. And now I am coming to the actual Sankalpa. Sankalpa is an actually commitment, declaration, deterministic statement of the act that you are going to perform. It also signifies where you are performing this act, what day you are performing, what Varsha, what Khanda, etc. Defining activities are important because in that particular thala, if you do the sankalpa and do it, accordingly, the phala and the karma will have its own significance. So what we do? Shubhe Shobhane Murte Adya Brahma Didya Prabde Sivsetra Kalpe Vaivaswat Manvantre Kalige Pratamavade Bharata Varshe Bharata Gande. We say all that thing. So that is what I have put here. Ditiya Pararde means Brahma Devas second 50 years have started. 50 years are over. Pratama Parardha is over. So in the 100 years of the actual lifespan of Brahma Deva, 100 years not according to the Manushya Yana. It is according to Devata Kala Suchaka. We are in the first day. Shweta Varaha Kalpa. So Vishnu Avatara is Shweta Varaha and that Kalpa we are here. Vaivaswata Manu 7th Manvantara. Ashtavimshati 28th Kali Yuga. Pratama Pada. Jambu Dvipa. Bharata Varsha Bharata. There are two things. Varsha is not year here. Varsha is an unit of space, which is a bigger unit than the Khanda. So the bigger unit is called Bharata Varsha. That Bharata refers to actually Rishabha Namaka Paramatma's son, who is Bharata, who was a Rajarshi. And the second Bharata Kanda is a smaller subset within that Bharata Varsha, which is actually named after Dushyanta, right? Based on whose name Bharata Desha also has come. And Dandakaranye, Godavaryaha, Dakshine Tire, Shalivahana Shake, Baudhavatare, Ramakshetre, Asmin Martamanena, Chandramanena. After that, we have to say which Samvatsara, Vishwavasunama Samvatsare, Uttarayane. Is it Uttarayana today?
Dakshinayane.
Right. Dakshinayane, Varsha Rutu, Bhadrapada Mase, Shukla Pakshe, Prathamyam Titho. It starts from here. Prathamyam Titho, Tithi, Varaha Bhanuvasara Yuktayam, then Purva Phalguni Nakshatre, Shiva Yoge, Bhavakarane. We all of us see the Panchanga. Panchanga is available in front of us. So all of us, we have to look at the Panchanga in the morning for us to pronounce these 5 Angas. What are the 5 Angas? Tithi, Vara, Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga and Karana. So what we do? We say that Tithi sometimes, Shubha Tito, Shubha Vasara, why? Vasara we tell. Shubha Nakshatra, Shubha Yoga, Shubha Karana. Why this particular shortcut? We have the Panchanga with us. Okay. Therefore, we must actually look at the Panchanga in the morning. Even while Snana Sankalpa, we have to pronounce all this Pancha Anga. So, after this particular Sankalpa, then what do we do? Yoga Karana Evam Guna Visheshana Vishishtayam Shubhatito Sri Bharati Ramana Mukhya Pranantargata Savitranam Lakshmi Narayana Prenya Savitranam Lakshmi Narayana Prityartham Pratas Sandhyam Upasishye. That means we are declaring that I am going to perform this particular through His grace, His anugraha on this such and such date is the declaration. After that, what happens is the advantage of this is the accountability, responsibility of completing this karma lies with Sri Hari, because he says, my bhakta has actually done the sankalpa. Let me give all the energy, bestow all the blessings such that he successfully completes it. That is one thing. Second thing, when I declare that I want to do this Sandhyavandana, I am committed to do it. That is another important thing. That is, we say that our moral binding says that I have to actually do this particular act of Sandhyavandana. Is that clear? Therefore, Sankalpa is so important in our particular steps of Sandhyavandana. Next, let me go.
Guruji, one small doubt. Is it
Doubts
necessary
later.
to
Doubts later. Huh?
Punya
Okay, because I just have 1 hour. So we will
Buddhi
take doubts.
Rishikesha Masa Nyamike we didn't tell.
Jai
Buddhi
Krishnan ji,
Rishikesha.
we will take doubts later.
Okay, thank you.
Because the structure of this program is just 1 hour. We will do it later. Pratama, what we have to do is Pratama Marjana. So Pratama Marjana, I'll tell you, we have the Karishe vessel with us. Okay. Take the Karishe vessel water with the Uddharani and take a Tulsi Kashta or Tulsi Nirmalya Dala. We must not use the finger for our Prokshna. Why? Because this Prokshana is equivalent to Mantra Snana. If it is equivalent to a Mantra Snana, if we use our finger, there is a lot of chances that we touch the nail with the water and then sprinkle it. Nail is considered to be Nishiddhamaya. Therefore, please use a Tulsi Kashtha or Tulsi Nirmalya Dala while we are actually doing it. Okay. In the Pratama Marjana mantra, there are 9 padas. Okay. 9 parts in the actual mantra. That is, for Rigveda and Yajurveda, the mantra is the same. Apo Hishteti Trichasya starts with, right? First 7 padas, right? Where from, if you look at the mantra, Apo Hishteti Trichasya Ambarishaha Sindhudviparishihi Apo Devata Gayatri Chandaha Marjane Viniyogaha. It starts, right? Om Apo Hishtamayo Bhuvattana Urje Dadatana Maherana Ayachakshase Yova Shivata Mora Sattasya Bhajayate Hanaha Pushatiriva Mataraha Tasma Arangama Mavaha. This is 7. So 7 times sprinkle water on the head. 8th time, that is Yaschaya Yajinvatha on the pada. Shirasi Apo Janayatha Chanaha, again head. So this is the rule for following the Pratama Marjana. For just 1 mantra, I will try to play if I have the audio with me right here. Just a minute. Can you hear it?
Apo Hishtete Trichasya Ambarishaha Sindhudviparishihi Apo Devata Gayatri Chandaha Marjane Viniyogaha Om Apo Hishtamayo Bhuvastana Urje Dadatana Maherana Ayachakshase Yo Vashivata Morasastasya Bhajayate Hanaha Shatireva Mataraha Tasma Arangama Yasya Kshaya Ayajinvata Apo Janayatha Janaha.
So could you all hear it? So this is the Rigveda mantra, and every mantra in Sandhyavandana has to be Swara Sahita. So if we have not learned that, we should start learning it. But till that time, we can actually ask forgiveness from Sri Hari, saying that we will learn it, but tell as much as Swara possible, and that is how the first Marjana goes. Okay, then let me go to the next one. So are you able to see the slide? Okay.
Yes.
Right. So after this, we have to do mantra chamana. Right. So mantra chamana is actually, so I think the procedure for that you came to know. First, mantra chamana is that take the Karishe water into the hand, okay, and keep that water here. And mantra chamana mantra is starting from Suryascheti Mamanyuscha Manyubhadescha. You have to chant that mantra. And Juhomi Swaha, when you say morning Sandhyavandana, you should show it in the east direction and take it. For Sayam Sandhyavandana, you should show it in the west direction. And Juhomi Swaha, when you say, you should take the water. Then wash the hand, do Achamana. So this is mantra chamana. See, because it is called mantra chamana, don't use Achamana water. It is mantra purassara. This particular mantra has to be used. Okay. So let me see if I have the other thing which I can share with you.
सूर्यश्चेति मन्त्रस्य हिरण्यगर्भर्षिः सूर्यमन्युमन्युपतिरात्रयो देवताः प्रकृतिश्चन्द्रः मन्त्राचमने विनियोगः ॐ सूर्यश्च मामन्युश्च मन्युपतयश्च मन्युकृतेभ्यः पापेभ्यो रक्षन्ताम् यद्रात्र्या पापमगार्हम् मनसा वाचा हस्ताभ्यां पद्भ्यामुदरेण शिष्णा रात्रिस्तदवलुम्पतो यत्किञ्च दुरितं मयि इदमहं माममृतयो नो सूर्ये ज्योतिषि जुहोमि स्वाहा.
So got it? So Yomi Swaha, wash the hand and then do Achamana. So this is common for both Rigveda and Yajurveda. Okay. The next comes Dvitiya Marjana. The paucity of time, the Dvitiya Marjana, Apohishteti Navarchasya Suktasya, it starts. Right here, only thing, activity wise, take the Karishye water, take the Tulsi Kashta and sprinkle water, Hridaya, Shiraha, Pada. In this cyclic order, till the complete chanting of the mantra happens, we must do it. For Rigveda, it is Apohishteti Navarchasya. For Yajurvedas, the mantra is little different. Hope you are noting that in your respective books. You will have the textbooks. I will today or tomorrow send Ramji the actual Tamil version of this particular entire Sandhyavandana book, both for Yajurveda and Rigveda. You can follow that. So in Yajurveda, you use Dadikrano Akarisham Jishno Rishwasya Vajinaha. That mantra you use and you sprinkle the water. This is the difference between Rigveda and Yajurveda with respect to Dvitiya Marjana. So this mantra is over. Hridaya, Shiraha, Padaha, Hridaya, Shiraha, Padaha. Like that you keep on sprinkling. After that, if there is some water remaining, you pour it back and then you have to do Papa Purusha Visarjan. Papa Purusha Visarjan is typically done through Agamarshana Sukta in Rigveda. For Yajurvedis, Drupadadiva Munchantu is the mantra that is to be used. Okay. And for what happens, the procedure is completely take water, chant that. Tatancha Satyancha Vida Tapasodhya Jayata Tatoratra Jayata Tata Samudro Arnavaha Samudra Arnavadadi Samvatsaro Ajayata Ahoratrani Vidatate Vishwasya Mishado Vaji Surya Chandramaso Dhatayata Purvam Kalpeta Divancha Pritvincha Antarikshamato Swaha. When you say blow Vayu from the right nostril in the water that you have in your palm, don't see that water, take it to the left hand side and pour it there and wash the hands. Which means the Anusandhana is that there is a tapta, hot, Vajra, Shila. On that you are pouring this Papa Purusha and that Basmi Bhavana happens. After that, do one's Achamana. So your Dvitiya Marjana is over. And respective Vedas, Rigveda and Yajurveda, kindly note the kind of difference of mantra in the second one. Paucity of time, I can't be playing these things, but definitely when we do it in a workshop style, we do it. So far we have done up to second Marjana and Papa Purusha Visarjana. Now we are going to another important part of this Sandhyavandana called Arghya Pradana. Suryantargata Narayana, we are giving the Arghya. Arghya means actually Shuddha water and putting it in our palms and doing that Arghya Pradana using the Gayatri mantra. The activity is very simple. That is, you have another Panchapatra which has water only kept for Arghya Pradhan. Take that water, put it in the right hand, keep that Panchapatre down and do the hands like this, separate the thumbs, and you must be in the standing position and your heel should be raised. If you are very old or you cannot, don't do circus, that's okay. But you should actually take the water and Om Bhur Bhuvaswa Tatsa Vituvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. You must actually give water towards the east in the morning and towards the west in the evening, both in the standing position. And your pyala should not have any water. It should have been completely cleaned. That is very important. Okay. The pyala should be wiped with if any water is there, keep one working storage vessel, pour water there, and your pyala, make it a little dry and give that arghya. Right? Every time you need not pour water, but for all the three arghya pradhanas, Om Bhur Bhuvaswa Tatsa Vituvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, thrice arghya you give. And if you are doing the Sakala Sandhyavandana, 3 argyas are over. For morning Sandhyavandana, I told you, sunrise should not have happened. Nakshatra should be seen in the sky. That is Sakala for Prataha. For Sayankala, the Sakala is the sunset should not have happened and Nakshatra should not be seen on the sky. Then it is Sakala for Sayam Sandhya. Madhyanika Kala starts from 4 hours from sunrise up to about 1:30, 2 o'clock is Sakala for Madhyanika. If you are doing Sandhyavandana Arghya Pradhana in the Sakala, then 3 Argyas are enough. Right? If you have passed that time, Kala Atita, Toshadi Prayachittartham, Chaturtargya Pradhanam Karishye. So you give the 4th Arghya. Then in the standing position itself, Asavadityo Brahma, that means you are encircling your place with water so that the Bhuta Ganas don't come and actually trouble you because you are going to start your basic japa. So what you do there, actually, after Arghya Pradhana, you are going to also do one more thing. Right? You do this particular mantra, Asavadityo Brahma. For that, what mantra? You have to say, morning there is a different mantra. Afternoon there is, please look at the text that I pass on to you. Hridayasthatu Gayatri, Hridgoha Mukhanustrita, Hatva Aditya Shatruncha, Pravishya Hridayam Mama. Take little water, Karishe water, sprinkle along. You make a circle yourself and see that the water is encircled and don't put water to your neighbor there who is sitting and also doing Sandhyavandana. After that, sit down, do your actual Achamana twice because Arghya Pradhana signifies that the Mandeha Rakshasa who is trying to attack Surya every day in morning, afternoon and evening gets killed by our Arghya Pradhana if done Sakala. The first Arghya actually destroys the Ratha of Mandeha Rakshasa. And the second, can you mute? Admin can mute it. So the first Arghya kills or destroys the chariot of Mandeha Rakshasa. The second Arghya actually destroys the weapons of the Mandeha Rakshasa. Third Arghya actually kills this Mandeha Rakshasa who has come to give Pida to Surya Paramatma for his rising. So he is unable to do. So we do this Sakala, it helps. But God has decided and actually created Valakilyaru. They are called Valakilyas. They are 60,000 in numbers, whose job is to actually give Arghya every day, right? In the Trikala, so that this Mandeya Rakshasa does not destroy it. You may ask me a question. Once he is killed, why we should give again? No, these Rakshasas are such that they get reborn as and when they get killed also. Okay. So therefore, these Valakilyas do it. And don't think because Valakilyas do it, we don't have to do it. We must do it. After Arghya Pradhana, sit down, do Dvirachamya. After Dvirachamya, we have to give Tarpana. There is a misconception in people that the moment we pronounce Tarpana, people get scared. Sorry, Tarpana does not always mean Sila Tarpana. Is that clear? It is only Pitru Tarpana. It is signified by Tila Tarpana. This Tarpana is Jala Tarpana. Now, actually, in Shukla Paksha, Keshavadi Tarpana should be given in the line which is between the ring finger and the middle finger. That is Devatirtha. Kesham tarpyami, Narayan tarpyami, Madhavam tarpyami, Govindam tarpyami, Vishnum tarpyami, Trikram tarpyami, Vamanam tarpyami, Sridharam tarpyami, Rishi Kesham tarpyami, Padmanabham tarpyami, Damodaram tarpyami. This is Dwadasha Tarpana. Then it should be followed by, now it is Shukla Paksha, so I said that. If it is Krishna Paksha, it should be Sankarshnam tarpyami, Vasudevam tarpyami, up to Sri Krishnam tarpyami. After the Keshavadi Tarpana in Shukla Paksha, we must also give Navagraha Tarpana. Adityam Tarpyami, Somam Tarpyami, Angarakam Tarpyami, Budam Tarpyami, Gurum Tarpyami, Shukram Tarpyami, Shanim Tarpyami, Rahum Tarpyami, Ketum Tarpyami. We must give that Tarpana also. Ekadashi, we must not give Navagraha Tarpana. It is only either Keshavadi Tarpana or Sankarshanadi Tarpana. After that, one part of it is over. That is, up to Achamana starting, up to Arghya Pradana and Tarpana, one set of activities are over. Now, the second part is actually starting from the Gayatri Mantra Japa. That is very important. Correct? So, in Gayatri Mantra Japa, very important, we are supposed to do first Bhuto Chatana. Right? What is this Bhuto Chatana? There are a lot of invisible Bhutaganas which are surrounding us, and their job is to actually obstruct the Satkarmas of the Sajjivas. Right? By doing this, we have to first drive them away. So, apasarpantu te bhuta ye bhuta, we say that mantra and do this chotika mudra and actually drive away all the bhutagana. So, look at it. Every step has a significance of why we do what we do, so that the significance becomes clear. Before that, I want to tell you a small thing, a conceptual thing. Right? These Rishigalu, we said that we have to actually acknowledge them. First, understand that for all the Vidya, both Paurusheya, Apaurusheya. Paurusheya means somebody has authored it. Apaurusheya means authorless. Vedas and Upanishad come in the category of Apaurusheya. Mahabharata, Sarvamula, etc. come under the Paurusheya Grantha. Paurusheya means some Purusha has composed it. And Apaurusheya means from Anadikal, it has not been composed, it has come from Pravahataha, for example, Veda, right? But you may tell me that how did they come into existence? It is very easy. They all existed. Hayagriva Rupi Paramatma did the Upadesha to Chaturmukha Brahma at the first time, all the Vedas. That is how it came to light for the next generations. And that is what, therefore, if we don't know the Rishi Devata, we must clearly say the Devata is Hayagriva Rupa and Chaturmukha Brahma Deva is the actual Rishi we can consider. But for the Paurushaya Grantha, whose grace is required for us is Shesha Deva. For all Apaurushaya, it is the Garuda Deva. We must know this much, because if we have to understand Vedas and Upanishad, Garuda Deva's Anugraha is required. If we have to understand Mahabharata, the Ramayana, Sarvamula, etc., which are Paurushaya Grantha, then Shesha Deva, this thing is required. Now coming to Apaurushaya. In Apaurushaya Vedas, we know there are 4 Vedas. So, God has given the respective jurisdictions and role definitions for the respective Devas. This comes in sequence. First, Hayagriva Chaturmukha Brahma. After that, for Apaurushaya, Garuda. After that, Indra is responsible for Rigveda. Yajurveda, Surya is accountable. Samaveda, Chandra. Atharva Varna, Agni Devata, and Ekarshi Rushi. Which means what? They are also Niyamakas for this particular Veda. Which means we need the Anugraha from top to bottom as well as bottom to up. Okay. Then if you look at Avantara Suktas are there. Purusha Sukta, Manyu Sukta. So that Sukta's mantra drashtara should be actually taken as Rishi. Is that clear? For example, Manyu Sukta, we say Bhimasenova Rishi. Like that, this is the nomenclature of the different Vedas that. Some people ask, why should we do Nyasa? Tatsavitu Angushtabhyam Namaha Varenyam Tarjanibhyam Namaha. What is this called? Nyasa. If Nyasa means placing that mantra pratipadya, placing that Bhagavat Rupa in the appropriate part of the body is called Nyasa. Why it should be done? If we don't do it, our Ayushya Hani will happen. That means what? without nyasa. I just go and stand and say Om Bhur Bhusva Tatsa Vituvarenyam. Some people say that, right? I don't have time. I take bath, right? I come in front of God. I chant Gayatri and go to office. This is not acceptable. Is that clear? There is a clear process defined, and nyasa, if dhyanam deyas sada savitra mandala madhyavarti narayanaha sarasijasanaha sannivishtaha keyurvan makarakundalavan kiriti hari hiranmayapuhu dhrutashanka chakraha. This is dhyana shloka. Suryantargata mandala. We are looking at Sri Hari and trying to look at the attributes and how he looks. Without that dhyana shloka, if we do it, then that japa will be nishphala. Therefore, dhyana shloka is required. Then Rishi Smarane Vai. If we don't do that, we will get Mahavyadhi. Is that clear? Even for Pranavasya, Parabrahma Rishi, Paramatma Devata, for every activity where that Rishi Chandra, for example, Pratama Marjana. Apo Hishteti Trichatsya Suktasya Ambarisha Sindhuddhuvipishi Apo Devata Ashti Chandaha Pam. Like that, for every mantra, that Rishi Smarana is required. Otherwise, we will be bestowed with Mahavyadhi. I'm not quoting, I'm just putting the English here. All of these have shlokas which actually tell us. Japa types. How we have to do japa? There are 3 types, right? One is definitely not acceptable. Chanting it loudly. People think that I want to say I'm doing Gayatri Japa. Not at all. No Japa. There should be voice coming out, Shabda coming out from our mouth. So the chanting loudly is called Bhashaka. Then Upamshu is lip movement. For example, while giving the Arghya, you can say Om Bhur Bhusva loudly. That is not Japa. Please understand. Japa is actually after the Arghya Pradana, what you start is called Japa. That should be done. Upamshu means only lip movement. What I did now. Is that clear? Why lip movement is because we are still not gone into that state of maturity where in Manas we can actually recite Gayatri Mantra. If you can try doing that. At least once if you do it in Manas so that complete concentration is there on the Gayatri Pratipadya, then it is fine. But our Manas is so chanchala that it can go in any direction. Therefore, elders have told, do at least the lip movement so that you are consciously saying that you are reciting Gayatri Mantra. Vayudeva is Abhimani. Manas is the best method where in the mind you are actually chanting and reciting the Gayatri Mantra. How many should we do? Again, Srimad Acharya gives, okay. Sahasra Paramam Devim Shatam Madhyamam Dashavaram. Means Uttama Paksha is what? 1000. Right? Madhya Paksha is 100 or 108. Adhama Paksha is just 10. Punya will go away. At least to retain your Brahmanhood, you do at least 10 times. So what we have done comfortably, we have taken the min rule. But profits we want maximum. Right? The Anugraha from God we want maximum. But we don't want to invest maximum. Right? So I would say it can be 10. It can be 28 also. So somewhere in the Vishwamitra has quoted that 28 is also one number that can be done. So if you cannot do 100 or 1000, at least please Ashtavimshati Varam. Why? More the count, accordingly our Papanasha happens. Then counting from fingers is the must. Okay, we must count using the fingers, starting from the ring finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It ends at the middle finger line. Again, if you have to go, again you should actually do a clockwise cycling of the Meru Parvata, which is actually in the center. That is the Anusandhana. Counting should not be done using Japamala for Gayatri Mantra Japa, which is part of the Sandhyavandana. Some people do Gayatri Mantra Japa for Sandhyavandana and outside Sandhyavandana also. There when you do it, you can use Japamala. Is that clear? So these are the things that you must keep while doing the Japa. So I am highlighting the salient features because the procedural part cannot be covered in this 1 hour sessions. Therefore, the actual purport of this particular activity and the steps is what I am highlighting here. Now, While doing the Gayatri Mantra Japa, please remember, right? We do this, all nyasas we have done, right? All of us know that what nyasas we do. One is we do Bhutochatana, then we do Prithvi Mantrasya Asana, then we do Karanyasa, Tatsavitamangustabhyam, Varinyam Tadjanibhyam Namaha, all that we do. Then we do Anganyasa, then we have to call Gayatri. आगच्छ वरदे देवी जपे मे सन्निधौ भव गायन्तं त्रायसे स्मद् गायत्री त्वं ततः स्मृतः देन ध्यानं दे सदा सवित्रमण्डल मध्यवर्ती नारायणः सर्षियासना सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलान् किरीटिहारी हिरण्मयपूधृतशङ्खचक्रः. A little difference is there in the Yajurveda. Please look at the text. Okay. Then you do Rakta Varna, etc. Adya Purvoktayam Visheshana Vishishtayam Pratas Sandhyavandananga Gayatri Mantra Japam Aham Karishye. Take the Karishye water. Aham Kare Yata Shakti means Dashavaram Atava Ashtavimshadivaram Atava Ashtottara Shatavaram Atava Sahasravaram. One request to all of you is that at least once in a week, right? Find out a good time for you where you can do at least 108 times. The more the Gayatri we do, the more cleansing happens, the more Papanasha happens. Then Gayatri Mantra Japa, when you actually recite, should have 5 breaks. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitovarenyam Bhargo O Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. 5. Panchashirshopanayane Vinayogaha. Is that clear? That means Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsavitovarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Sorry, 0 marks. Is that clear? Even if you do 100, no use. I don't have time, sir. 5 breaks, do at least 10. Is that clear? So that is very much important while doing. And how should be the hands placed? You are able to see me, right? The left palm, on that you keep your right palm. Okay. This is for Pratat Sandhya. For Madhyanik Sandhya, the hand comes like this. This hand becomes like this towards the heart. Okay. And for Sayam Sandhya, the same hand should come at the eye level. Got it? So this is the method to place our hands, right? And then count to the finger along the parvas. Okay. And one more important thing, don't keep your hands open. Always use your shalya and keep your hands like this, because if you don't close it and I see you doing the actual japa, I get all the punya from you transferred to me. Is that clear? So if we want that particular karma's phala to be for us, then you keep it like this. Do the lip movement. Complete concentration. Don't open your eyes. Very important. Right? Don't see others. Completely close your eyes. There are 52 rules. I don't want to tell you now. Right? For any japa, there are 52 rules. Right? We must not see. We must not get into mobile. There is all that. We not touch mobile itself. Not to see. Is that clear? Even if we have some kind of thing, yarning, etc., we should do achamana and then continue the japa. There are a lot of rules like that. Okay, but right now, close your eyes, think of that Suryantargata Lakshmi Narayana and do this particular japa. To be able to do a meaningful japa, I am just showing you the meanings. Om, he is Sakala Guna Paripurna. Then Bhuhu, and he has infinite gunas, but every guna is Paripurna. That means summation of gunas is Paripurna. That is not the meaning. Guna 1 plus Guna 2 plus Guna 3 is equal to Paripurna is not the connotation here. It means that every Guna 1 is Paripurna. Guna 2 is Paripurna. Like that, how many gunas? Ananta gunas are there. Why? Because if it is not Paripurna, that gap is dosha. But Paramatma is dosha dura. Bhuvaha, he has Maha Aishwarya. Swaha, Ananta Sukha Swarupi. That Paramatma, Yava Paramatmanu. Naha, Nammellara, for all of us. Nammellara, Dhiyaha, Buddhi, our Buddhi, who does Prerana, Prachodayat, The meaning is in little Kannada, all of you understand anyway. Okay. Tat, that type, that Paramatma. And who is he? Savitu, Jagat Srishti Karta. Then Devasya Krida Guna Vishishta. Suryantargata Lakshmi Narayanas. Tat, he is Vyapta. He is all pervading through his gunas. Varenyam. Therefore, he is adored by all Mahaniyas. Bhargaha, he is Prakashamaya. Dhimahi, that kind of Paramatma. Let us all meditate. So, when you are doing the japa, keep this Anusandhana in the mind and say that you are doing such God's thing. Okay. So, Gayatri Mantra Pratipadya, who is it? Some people say it is Gayatri Devi. No. Suryantargata Lakshmi Narayana is the Pratipadya of the Gayatri Mantra. Not Surya also. Surya is just Adhisthana. It is only the placeholder where the God is being worshipped. Okay. Bhargaha. So what does he do? He does the Bharana and he gives the Jnana. And he is Vyapta, all pervading. All this meaning should come as much as possible while doing this. Okay. And you know what? All the 24 Keshavadi Namas actually are signified in the complete Gayatri Mantra. Tat Keshava, Saha Narayana, Vihi Madhava, Tuhu Govinda, Vaha. See, Tat Savitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So I am mapping those 24 to the 24. I am mapping means actually the Shastras have told, I have just presenting here. Okay. Ni means Trivikrama. Yam, Vamana, Bhar, Sridhara, Gaha, Rishikesha, Di, Padmanabha, Va, Damodara, Sya, Vasudeva, Di, Sankarshana, Ma, Pradyumna, Hi, Aniruddha, Di, Purushottama, Yo, Adhokshaja, Ya, Narasimha, Naha, Achyuta, Pra, Janardana, Cho, Upendra, Da, Hari, Yat, Krishna. Okay. So which means what? 24 names. What a fulfilling japa can it become? Is that clear? So at least if we think that 24 Chaturvimshati Pratipadya Sri Hari is the actual Pratipadya of the Gayatri Mantra. So therefore I am bestowed and have the Adhikara as a Brahmana for doing that particular japa. Our Janma is Dhani. And I actually pity people who don't perform this Gayatri Japa having the Adhikar. And therefore, Swamiji also continuously reinforces the fact that this Nityakarma has to be performed and the Japa has to be performed. If the Japa is performed, that kind of fulfilling experience can actually annul all the difficulties in life by killing all the papas. Is that clear? Such is the Gayatri Mantra. And Raghavendra Swami actually says, the Pratipadya, there are 6 rupas. Gayatri, God's three. First Akshara Pratipadya, Ta is Parashurama Deva. Then Gayatri Rupa, Stri Rupa's name is Gayatri. Please understand. Vishnu's Stri Rupa name is Gayatri. Second, Bhuta, Matsya Kurmadi, Varahadi, Ananta Rupa is there as Pratipadya of Gayatri. Then Vaknamaka Stri Rupa, that is the Vagindriya, which is being controlled. That is again Vishnu's Stri Rupa called Vak. Prithvi, Bhagavanta's Stri Rupa. Then in our Sharira, there is a Niyamaka Rupa, that is not Stri Rupa. Niyamaka Rupa, that is called Sharira. Hridaya, in our Hridaya Niyamaka Rupa is there. All these Rupas, Chintana happens through the Gayatri Mantra is what Raghavendra Swamiji has already told and given the Ajna. After that, what happens? We actually, Gayatri Mantra. So again, you'll have to do the Nyasa except calling again Gayatri. Agachavade is not that. Karanyasa, Anganyasa, all that you do. Yes, Pratyachanamokta, Tapa Gayatri Mantra Japam Kriyadushu, you give and give Karishye water. Now I am coming to the last part where we all have to stand up in the position where in the Pratah Sandhya you are facing the east and in Sayam Sandhya you are facing the west. So Sandhyopasana mantra starts with what? Jata Vedase. Is it clear? Tachayora Vrinimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapate. So what is that? So the meanings of this is so interesting. They're all Veda mantra. right? We are all actually praying that Veda Pratipadya Paramatma, let him come and actually, bless me, right? Then that Sukha Swarupa for moksha prapti, what happens? Yajnapati Narayana, we are doing the namaskara to him, right? And for singing his glory, let all these, gods come and actually bless me is the meaning of these meaning. Okay, meanings we can go very detailed because I can't actually cover that here. But however, after doing Sandhyopasana, right, you're actually what? You are praying, right? Dipade, Sanchashushpade means what? Two pada prani. So which means Manushya while doing this Sandhyavandana, he is praying for all these people. People who are two-legged, right? Let them be happy. Four-legged, let them, those pranis be happy. They be happy. So that is what we are. So which Chatussagar Paryantam go Brahmanebhya Shubham Bhavatu, who prays? It is only Brahmana who plays. Okay. Om Namo Brahmane Namaha. We have to do 3 times. Actually, Pradakshina. Om Namo Brahmane Namaha. Sadhve Namaha. Pratibhe Namaha. Oshadibhyaha. Namo Vache. Namo Vachaspate. Namo Vishnave Mahate Karomi. Whom are we praying? Brahma, Agni, Prithvi, Oshadhi, Abhimani, Vag Abhimani, Bharati, Vayudeva, and Vishnu. Right? And then we get into the Dik Namaskara, which is in last part. I will cover in the next 3-4 minutes. Please remember this slide. What is this slide saying? In each of the 8 Dikkas, who are the actual Abhimani Devatas and Aradhya Devatas. So in morning we start with Prachay Dishe. In evening we start with Pratichay Dishe. Morning when we start from Prachay Dishe, so it is east. Prachay means east. Who is Abhimani Devata? Indra and Sachi Devi. They're all pairs, husband and wife pairs. Then their Aradhya Devata is Upendra Vamana. Then southeast Agneya. Slowly from east, before you go to the Dakshina Dik, right, actually comes your Agneya. You don't say that are the actual Abhimani Devatas. Parashurama Devata is the Aradhya Devata. Then Dakshinaye Dishe, what we are telling today, Dakshinaye Dishe Yascha Devataha Ayetasyam Prativasa means what? The actual Devatas present in the Dakshina Dik, let them protect me. Which Devatas? Shamala and Emma. Ramachandra Deva is the Aradhya Devata. That means for us itself in the Sandhyavandana Paddhati shortcut has been told. But Chintana, nobody told us not to do it. Is that clear? Then Nairutya Dikka, Niruti and Dirghika and Janardana is the Aradhya Deva. And Pratichay Dishe means west, Bhagirathi and Varuna Deva. Correct? And Matsya Murti is the actual, Aradhya Devata. Now from there you go to Vayavya, Pravahi and Pravaha Vayu, Hayagriva Rupi Paramatma. Then Udichay Dishe north, Chandra and Rohini, Maha and Kubera. Is that clear? These 2 people are responsible for this particular Udichay Dishe. Then Kalkisha and Dadivamana is the Aradhya Devata. See how interesting it is. So how many gods and how many Abhimani Devatas are we praying through our Sandhyavandana? Do you need a separate spiritual method to please the gods who will bless us? Therefore, this is a spiritual capsule. The title we gave is Sandhyavandana Nityakarma, a spiritual capsule. Then Urdhva Dishe, before that Ishanya, Parvati and Rudradeva, Narsimha Deva is the Aradhya Devata. Urdhva means top, Sauparni and Garuda and Kama and Rati. Garudadwaja Pradyumna is the Devata. Adarai Dishe, Shesha Deva and Varuni Devi. And Chaya and Mitra. Mitra is Surya here. Okay. Sankarshna Deva. And Avantarai Dishe is the space in between Vinayaka, Sandhya and Surya. Dhruvadi Nakshatra are responsible. Shimshumara Rupi Paramatma. Look at it. This Dik Namaskara, if we do and step out to our office, all these Dik Devatas will be standing and protecting us till we come home. That should be our faith. That should be our Chintana as we do this Sandhyavandana. Now you understand. Now you appreciate why it is a spiritual capsule. Then we do Sandhyaye Namaha, Gayatri Namaha, Saraswati Namaha. They are all Devata Patnis. Right? Then Rishibhyo Namaha, Gurubhyo Namaha, Pitrubhyo Namaha, Matrubhyo Namaha, Pitrubhyo Namaha, Acharyabhyo Namaha, Kamo Karshit, Manyara Karshit, Om Namo Namaha, Om Namo Bhagavate. See, who are we leaving? Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, right? Narsimharupi Paramatma, then the desire creating God, all of them we actually pray, right? Yam Sada Sarva Bhutani Savarani Charani Cha Namasintu Sama Sandhya Abhirakshatu. Let them be protected and be protected by the gods. And we talk about Krishna, Brahmanyo Devaki Putro, Brahmanyo Madhusudanaha, Brahmanya Pundari Kaksho, Brahmanyo Vishnurachyudaha, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya, Jagadditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Paramatma says. Then Durga Stotra is important. In Kali Yuga, two devatas give us Kshipra Prasada. One is Durga, one is Vinayaka. Now Vinayaka Chaturthi is coming. So let us all pray that Vinayakantaragata Vishwambara Murti, right? In Kali Yuga, Madhvacharya has told, pray them with very utmost devotion. They will give you all the Abhishta, Durga, very important. Kshirena Snapite Devi, Chandanena Vilas. You symbolize milk, right? So you are Daya Swarupa, right? And you have all the kind of, Shanti Rupa, and you are easy to worship. Just a Bilva Patra is enough. That Devi, please protect me. Akashat Patitam Toyam Yatagatyasi Sagaram Sarvadeva Namaskaraha Sri Keshavam Pratigachyati. All my Namaskaras ultimately reach Keshava Paramatma. Then Gayatri has to be sent. Is that clear? Uttame Shikre Jate, that mantra all of us know, right? Namosthanantaya Sahasramurte Sahasrapadakshi Shirorubhave Sahasranamne Purushaya Shashvate Sahasrakoti Vidharine Namaha Badranno Apivataya Manaha Om Shanti 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 Sarvarishta Shantirastu Samatta Mangala Vaptirastu Chatussagara. This is Pravara Ucharane. Most of us do this mistake. This is wrong. The right palm should touch the right ear, left palm should touch the left ear. Okay? And Chatussagar Paryantam Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubham Bhavatu. What? Chatussagar Paryantam Go Brahmanebhyaha. Here Brahmana means all Sajjanas. Shubham Bhavatu. Atre, Archana, Shavasho, whatever your pravara is there, you pronounce that. And then while doing Namaskar, the hands have to be like this. Why? Some Guru is in front of me. His right leg I should touch through the right palm. His left leg I should touch through the left palm. Therefore, the hands have to be crossed like that. So people did a mistake saying that they took it like this and then say they have to do like this. That is a mistake all of us have doing. Is that clear? It should be like this. When we do Namaskara, one for Deva, one for Gurus, one for parents and any elderly people. So if they are in front, please do the Namaskara. Of course, God is in front and everywhere. Shaligrama is there. You are doing the puja. Chatussara Paryantam Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamvatu Atre Archa Shavashya Trayarcha Pravanvita Trip Pravaranmita Ashwalayana Sutradhyahi Atre Gotrotpannoham Sripadanama Sarma Ahambo Abhivade. So you take your respective names and Pravara is a must. If you don't know, please find out and get your Pravaras. It is Gotra Pravartaka. They are the actual Mula Purushas for our particular progeny. So we are doing that Namaskara. After that, what we do, because I don't have a slide there, Vasanat Vasudevosi, Vasudne, all that is over. Then, Yes Pratyacharamoktya, Tapassandhya Kriyajishu, Nunam Sampurnatam Yati, Sadhyo Vande Tamachyutam, Mantrahiram Kriyahinam Bhaktinam Brahmapade, Yat Kratantu Mayadeva Paripurnam Tadasume, Anena, Sayam Sandhyavandanena, Athava Prata Sandhyavandanena, Bhagavan Bharati Ramana Mukhya Pranantargata, Savitnam Lakshmi Narayana Priyatam, Suprito Varado Bhavatu, Sri Krishna Karishyet, water, thrice you put it, do Dvirachamya, Mantra, Tantra, Pada, Lopa, Prayashchittartham, Achyutayanama, Anantayanama, Govindayanama. That is very important. For all the mistakes that we have done in pronouncing the mantras that are required, I am asking the forgiveness from Achyutananta Govinda. Then take a little water, sprinkle it in the place that you have sat for japa. Om Bhadranno, Om Adhyano Deva Savitaha. That is the mantra. Say that, sprinkle and touch. Then Naham Karta, Hari Karta, Tat Puja Karmachakilam, Tatapi Matkrita Puja, Tat Prasadena Nanyata. Akshayam Karma Yasmin Pare Swarpitam, Prakshayam Yanti Dukkhani Yan Namataha, Aksharo Yojara Sarvadaivamrataha, Kukshigam Yasya Vishwam Sada Jadikam Prinayamo Vasudevam Devata Mandala Khanda Mandalam. So we should be thankful to Antaryami Paramatma, who has bestowed this particular Manava Janma, Tatrapi Brahmana Janma, Tatrapi Vaishnava Janma, Tatrapi Madhva Janma, and then that is the Varnashrama Janma, Vihita Karma, which is a minimum Nityakarma to protect our Brahmanhood, we must perform by His grace every day. Those we are performing already, let us continue to perform with more quality. If we are doing once, let us start doing twice. If we are doing twice, let us start doing thrice. Is that clear? So with that, in this small capsule of 2 modules, I've been grateful to Subhashitam for giving me this opportunity. I know today I had to go a little bit fast forward, right? But however, the salient features what I wanted to highlight, I have been able to do that today because I am in Bhu Vaikunta. Wherever Mula Ramachandra Deva Sannidhana is there, that is Bhu Vaikunta, right? I just before coming here, I got the blessings from Swamiji also, right? And because of that, I am able to talk few words. So I submit this particular karma and the phala at the lotus feet of Swamiji, and he in turn will actually submit it to Sarvantaryami, Ananta Kalyana Gunaparipurna Kshirabdishahi, Sri Hari, Mula Rama, Digvijay Rama, Vedavyasa, Vamsharama, Tatha, all the 28 Murtis being worshipped by Sri Sri Satyatma Tirtha Swamiji and also all the Pitadipadis. Sri Krishna Arpanamuksu. Sorry, I have crossed 11 minutes more than the scheduled time. Right. Next, Ramji is Ramrao is planning for a detailed workshop in Chennai. Definitely, you can have a one-to-one, and we can have practicals and doubts clearing session also. After Navaratri and before Deepavali is the plan, and I'm certainly indebted to you. I will come and make this happen. Sri Krishna Arpanamutsu Hare Namaha. My thanks to Pandit Sridharachar as well as Praveenachar, who actually told about me doing such things and giving me this opportunity, and the entire Subhashitam team for giving me this great chance to talk with you all people who have been practicing the Sadhana Marga. Great. Let us all together do our Sanatana Dharma to the further heights. Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you, SRIPAD Avare. It really is a blessing for us to get you on board and ensure that this small Laukika, there are many Laukikas those wanted to participate in this, and using Mammal Madhva Samaj Subhashitam platform to propagate Madhva philosophy and Madhva Nityakarmas. Thank you very much for this, and we are looking forward to meet you again in October first week. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Guruji.
sir. Thanks to all participants also.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to all
ಇವತ್ತಿನ
participants.
ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸರ್ವಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣಮಸ್ತು. ಹರೇ ನಮಃ.
Hare Rama.
Hare Namaha.